this past Tuesday out in California, we saw this Proposition 50. 64% of California voters came out in support of what Gavin Newsom put out there with redistricting. This would allow him to charge ahead with plans to potentially gain an additional 5 Democratic congressional seats. This is gerrymandering. You are looking at midterm redistricting in your state as well. Of 8 districts, you only have 1 Republican. Do you really think Maryland is drawn in an unfair way right now?
I think that the reason that I ordered the governor's redistricting advisory commission is because I want to make sure that we can have a bipartisan group being able to look at the maps in the state of Maryland. This is something that happens every single...
You don't think these maps are fair now?
This is something that happens every single decade. And if other states are going to have this process and go through this journey of identifying whether or not they have fair maps in a mid-decade cycle, then so should Maryland. I'm just not sure why we should be playing by a different set of rules than Texas or than Florida or than Ohio.
Because
or all
you
these
say
other
those
places.
states are being unfair. So why adopt unfair policies in your state?
This is just simply about making sure that we can have fair and representative maps and we can go through our process. It's the reason that I put together this commission where my job is not to draw the maps. That what we've just simply said is I want this bipartisan commission to be able to actually speak with the people and to be able to go through their process and just simply say that if other states are going to go through this process, that we're not just going to sit on our hands because Donald Trump tells us to. That's not the way this process is going to work.
Your state Senate president, Democrat Bill Ferguson, says this could backfire. He wrote, "I believe mid-cycle redistricting twists rules for potential short-term advantage while undermining trust in institutions and ultimately democracy. It's too risky and jeopardizes your state's ability to fight against the radical Trump administration." How do you make sure it doesn't backfire? Do you accept a map that gives you more Republican districts? You're not going to do that.
I think fighting for democracy is never risky. I think that's our job as leaders and elected officials.
So you're not committing to going with the outcome of what this commission provides to you?
No, I think the commission, what I want is for the commission to do their work and the commission to do their job. My job is not to draw the maps. And frankly, it's the state legislature's job to decide to vote on it. That is not my responsibility. My job is to make sure that I'm protecting the democratic process. And the Senate President and I, we agree on the crisis that Donald Trump has put us in. He agrees on the fact that we have watched an administration that's using the Constitution like it's a suggestion box. But what I'm simply, and where we differ, is the urgency that this moment requires, the fight that this moment requires, and I personally am someone who is not going to allow Donald Trump to determine whether or not Maryland follows this idea of saying, are we going to do everything we can to make sure we're preserving our democracy?